Man, that's very deep that you said that. What would you do? I mean, people have to think about what would you do if you feel stuck, you feel in a situation where you can't get out of it. What are you gonna do? You know, are you gonna give up? Are you gonna keep trying? Are you gonna there's always a choice in a in life when it comes to feel like you're being stuck. You know, for example, if you feel like you're being stuck in a situation, it may be a tough time that you're going through. Uh, I mean, don't feel stuck. I mean, the thing about it is you just have to figure out, you know, situation that's occurring and there's a bigger road ahead, you know? So you got to think of to yourself, what do you want to do in the situation? You know, and there's always a answer, there's always an obstacle to everything, you know? Never feel like you're stuck. Some things for you, but it's up to you to figure it out. I mean, you can't just give up and say, "Oh, well, it's not for me." Make sure you try and try and try every obstacle, everything, and then maybe you know it's not for you. But what's for you, you'll definitely see signs of it. I mean, left and right. You'll be like, "Oh man," you know. For example, if a job is meant to be for you, you'll see signs like they're like, "Hey, well, we offer this pay," or and then they have this you know, environment, which is great. Some jobs you go to, you have a horrible environment. So, like I said, you know, it's about speaking into existence too. I mean, don't ever feel stuck. You got to start speaking like I am, you know, great. I am positive. I am rich, you know, stuff like that. That helps.
I think something that we can take away from just anyone who is initially feeling stuck is maybe something that they can do is don't be afraid to ask for help. And I
Exactly.
think that's something that's really missing right now. That some people are too proud to ask for help. You know,
Yeah,
and
I
you shouldn't feel like
totally
that.
agree. I totally agree. Especially like that, if you're not asking for help. I mean, that's another thing too that you said that, Gadiel, because a lot of people, you know, when they feel stuck, man, you know, from what I see and what I know from
Something that I will say that you mentioned that you said was sometimes there's a reason why we're stuck. And think about this: when you're, let's say you're stuck, you're walking down the street, right? Or you're about to cross the street. What do you have to do before you cross the street? What should you do? You look both ways, right?
You gotta look both ways.
You look at your surroundings. You may be
yep, that's
stuck
definitely
there
true.
until you can walk to the other side of the street, but you're going to look. You're going to look at your surroundings. You're going to see what's around you before you're not going to just, you know, try to walk on a street that has cars, flying by. You're going to wait. And sometimes don't think of it if it's a bad situation that you're stuck. Think of it, okay, I may be stuck here right now, but what can I do? What can I do
Right, right.
differently? Maybe what I'm doing right now, either I'm not working hard enough, I'm not trying hard enough. What can I do different? Maybe if you try this different, you'll get a different result.
Exactly.
So I
What
think
I
that's
say
something that
is
people have to take into consideration.
definitely. And you can't be you got to think about this too. Don't be mad at the results. Be mad at the effort. So that's another thing for you to think about, audience, is like I said, I'm gonna say it again. Don't be mad at the results, be mad at your effort. For example, if it doesn't go through, look at your effort that you put into a certain situation. And that's the result you're gonna get, you know?
And you're not always gonna get the result that you want. When you're not always gonna get a yes. You're gonna get several no's. You're gonna fail so many times. But
Exactly.
with failure comes understanding. When it's
Exactly. And
like
that's a
it's
good
like
point.
applying to jobs. You just find this one job that you really were set on and that you don't get. You're like, oh man, I think it went well. I think I got it, and then you don't hear back from it. Now what? You feel discouraged. No, get back on the horse. Go out there and keep applying and keep studying whatever you're doing. Don't quit. Go ask for help.
Yeah, and don't
Do
be afraid to
something.
ask for help, you know? Because closed mouth doesn't get fed, right? So, I mean, there you go.
So let
Situation like that. I'm gonna let you go ahead and continue. But man,
When you're in school and let's say you're in class and the teacher is going over, I don't know, let's say algebra or something, or a certain problem, and you're just not understanding, what do you have a couple choices. You can just sit back, not raise your hand, and just you know move
pretty
on.
much
and
failed the
and
class.
then when you go back to the homework later at night, you're like, well, I don't know what I'm doing. But if you raise your hand, you ask for help, hey, can you repeat that over, repeat what you said, to get that
Exactly,
understanding.
man. Yeah, I gotta ask sometimes 4 or 5 times just to make sure I get it. I'm not afraid to say it. You gotta make sure you understand everything before you move forward. You know, it's like if I gave you a map right now and I said you got to follow this road and you got to go here, 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 and here. You're gonna look at me like, oh, okay, this is a map. You know, how efficient is this? So that's the way I look at everything.
let,
And
let me put you in this scenario. How many times or ever have you bought something from the store that you have to put together, right? And
right,
just we're stubborn, we're like, I'm just gonna open it and I'm not gonna read the instructions, I got this. What happens the
IKEA,
majority of the time? You didn't read the instructions, you're feeling stuck, so you're like, I should go back and read the instructions. You're what, you're asking for help, so you're going to, the help is the instructions. Go back, see what you're missing, see what you need to do to move forward.
right. That's definitely right there. Like I was just saying, IKEA. You,
Woo.
you got to take everything from scratch and build it. And if you miss one step, it's gonna come out all awkward and backwards. Yeah, we enjoyed you guys, man. We're always here. We're never gone. We're always, people got busy lives, of course, but not everybody's perfect. Starting with me. But we want to guarantee to keep feeding you guys. You know, Eventually we're gonna do videos. I know we talked about it for a while, and Zoom, maybe even YouTube, where you know the summer's coming up, so maybe we can get it, different locations, entertain you guys a little bit, and yeah, we appreciate you guys' feedback and everything.
Yeah, and if someone listening to this, you feeling stuck, ask for help, try to do something different. And there's multiple sources out there that you can use. Google, use YouTube I use a lot, for just
Right.
information. Knowledge is power. So don't feel
Yeah.
like you're just totally helpless. Go research stuff.
I
It's
have a
amazing
I
what
have
you find
a
on
challenge
the
for the
internet.
not to cut you off. I have a challenge for the audience. So starting, I wouldn't even say tomorrow. I'm gonna say starting today, starting tonight. I challenge you guys for a whole month. Read 5 pages of any book each day, and change your diet for a whole month. Slowly. I'm not saying it's perfectly, and I'm experience. I mean, it's gonna make you feel a lot better. So cut it back on the sodas. Try to cut back on the sugars. I don't know if you're a smoker. Try to cut back on that. I'm not saying it happens. Exercise if you can. At least even if you gotta take a walk, you can't make it to the gym. Writing your thoughts down. Start speaking and feeling positive of yourself, and just try that challenge for the audience for the.
Here, I
Uh,
got a challenge as well. I'm gonna challenge someone to ask how someone's doing, and I don't mean, hey, how's life going? Good. It's kind of like when a kid comes home from school. How was school? Good. Ask a little bit more. You're like, hey, how's your family doing? You know, go a little deeper. Try to build a relationship.
yeah, I like that. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and we're gonna keep coming. And
And I'll say one last thing. Don't feel like you have no way out, because there's always a way out.